So what can you do if the guy you're seeing isn't calling as much as you'd like, isn't texting as much, maybe the dates are sporadic, you see him and have this amazing date, but then there's periods of time where you're not really hearing from him, but every time you get together, it's amazing. What can you do if he's not prioritizing the relationship to change that result? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Keep watching. Hey there, my name is Matt Boggs, and I am the founder of the Love and Relationship Division of the Brave Thinking Institute, where our mission is empowering you to create and live a life you love living, and that includes your love life. And so today we're talking about how do you change the result when a guy you like, a guy you're seeing, isn't prioritizing the relationship, isn't investing as much as you would like. Well, there's an old saying that says we teach people how to treat us by the treatment we're willing to accept. If a guy isn't prioritizing the relationship and you're still seeing him, it's because you're allowing that treatment in the relationship. If you want the relationship to change, then you have got to change the treatment that you're willing to accept. If you want him to value you more, then you've got to start valuing yourself more. So how do you do that? Well, there are 4 habits, 4 practices that when you practice these habits, if there's any chance that he will change, then he will. And if he doesn't step up, then he will step out so the right guy can step in. So here's habit number 1. Decide on your non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables as far as the quality of the relationship in order for you to even entertain going out with this guy, for you to even entertain seeing him again, for you to even entertain responding to his texts? It is so important for you to be clear on this. In other words, where does the relationship have to be? Otherwise, you would just prefer to be alone. I would rather be alone than be in a relationship that wasn't meeting this standard. Imagine this scenario for a moment. Imagine a woman goes to a nice restaurant. She sits down, she orders a beautiful meal. Imagine your favorite meal, whatever that is. If it's nice salmon and vegetables or a steak or pasta, whatever it is, your favorite meal. Imagine she's ordered that meal. And this handsome waiter comes and he puts the plate down in front of her and his breadcrumbs on the plate. There's breadcrumbs. How this woman responds to that moment says a lot about how she values herself. What does she do? Does she just thank him and say, "Oh, thank you so much," and eat these breadcrumbs and then just hang out in the restaurant, waiting, hoping that if she sits there long enough, maybe then later he will bring her the meal that she actually ordered? The chance of that happening, not likely. Now, I know what you might be thinking, which is, well, Matt, timing does matter. What if this guy's just really busy and it's work related and I know that period's going to end and then he's going to step up? Well, let me share with you a tool. If it's been more than a month and this behavior is still going on, it ain't the timing. It's the way he is. It's how he values the relationship. If you want him to change how he values the relationship, then you've got to change accepting treatment that you don't want or is less than you deserve. In other words, you've got to stop taking breadcrumbs. Number 2, speak your standards. Tell him what it is that you want. Now, as I share this, there might be a part of you that is like, what? I actually have to tell him what I want? And there's a part of you, maybe your stomach tightens a little bit. Notice that. If that's happening, that's good. That means you're moving energy. And you've got to ask yourself, what is it in me that feels tight or nervous about speaking my standards? And it almost always comes down to the fear of loss. You don't want to lose him. You don't want to scare him off by speaking what you really want because you think he might not be able to give it to you. But I challenge you to challenge that fear. Challenge the fear that says, I'm scared to lose a man who's not giving me what I really want. I'm scared to lose a man who's not giving me what I really want. Maybe he'll just step up on his own. It's a fantasy to think he'll step up on his own. Men will step up when the woman in his life calls him to step up. And by you speaking up, you will demand and command his respect. People respect those who stand up for themselves. And there's a double benefit, quite frankly, of you being self-assertive, standing up for yourself. Not only will he respect you more, but you will respect you more. Your self-confidence, your self-esteem naturally increases when you're assertive and you speak your standards. But it can also be one of the hardest things to do in a relationship. And so if this is something that you would love some support with, if you would love some support in knowing what your non-negotiables are, how to speak your standards, how to come from that place of authenticity and self-esteem. That's exactly what we cover in the Manifest Your Man program. I have a whole coaching program that goes deep into this. I'll post a link in the description below. Click that link, fill out that form, check it out. Could be an amazing process for you. And number 3 is choose to need him or someone better than him. Notice the distinction. This isn't need him, this is choose to need him. Choose to need him is empowered. Needing him is dysfunctional. Needing him comes from this place of lack. It comes from this place of incompleteness. It's saying, I'm incomplete and I'm placing my completeness in your hands. However, choosing to need him is incredibly powerful and comes from an empowered place. It's powerful first because men need to be needed. Men need to feel necessary. When a man stops feeling necessary, when he feels irrelevant, that man will start to die inside. Second, choosing to help him feel necessary comes from this place of wholeness. It comes from this place of being empowered because you're choosing to share your wholeness with another man. Two people, great relationships are two whole people coming together, choosing to share experiences with one another. And so choosing to share an experience means that you need him for that shared experience, because a shared experience, by definition, you cannot do by yourself because it's shared. So you're choosing to create a shared experience from your wholeness with this whole amazing man. And when you couple this with this standard saying, I'm choosing you or someone even better than you, that is incredibly powerful because it's not coming from lack. It's saying, look, I choose you and I want you to choose me back. But if you don't choose me back, I will choose someone else to create this amazing experience with. So coming from this place of choosing him or someone better than him will ignite him to both feel necessary, feel needed in your life, and give him the greatest shot at stepping up and saying, okay, I'm gonna be that man for you. So when you decide on your non-negotiables, you speak your standards and you choose to need him, that creates a beautiful, powerful beingness that gives him the greatest chance of stepping up. Now, if he doesn't step up, you're going to learn that early on. You're going to save yourself all kinds of time that you would have otherwise wasted with a man who will never step up, and you open yourself to the right man who will both step in and step up. And let me ask you a question. When the relationship isn't being prioritized, what action have you taken to create the result that you want? Post that in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.